respected keynote speakers to kindly maintain the time limit, as we are short of actually time limit, and if we complete in time, we'll have a session for the discussions also. So, sir, kindly start the presentation.
Honorable Chair, respected all the dignitaries. वो कहते हैं ना अपन राजस्थानी में आ जाते हैं सीधा ताकि थोड़ा सा फेमिलियर महसूस करेंगे. See, since morning we have been learning, and since yesterday we have been learning. We have been studying and we have been attending the sessions regarding the training regarding the injury prevention. एक और एस्पेक्ट है स्पोर्ट्स परफॉर्मेंस का, एंड दैट इज मेंटल ट्रेनिंग. अभी 2-3 दिन से एक खूब न्यूज चल रही है, शायद आप में से किसी ने ध्यान दिया होगा. मिस्टर श्रीनिवास गौड़ा, हुसैन बोल्ट 100 मीटर वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड होल्डर. मूत बिद्री शायद आंध्रा का एक शहर है, उसके भी एक गांव में कंबाला जो रेस होती है, बैलों के साथ जो रेस होती है, वो श्रीनिवास गौड़ा ने दौड़ी है 2 फरवरी को, और शायद 30 साल पुराना इंडिया का रिकॉर्ड तो तोड़ ही दिया है, और शायद हुसैन बोल्ट का रिकॉर्ड तोड़ा. द वर्ड शायद कम्स बिकॉज वो एक पैडी फील्ड में, जहां चावल की खेती होती है, पानी से भरे हुए एक फील्ड में वो दौड़ा है बैलों के साथ. वहां पे कोई टाइमिंग चिप नहीं था, कोई टाइम रिकॉर्ड नहीं था, एंड इट वाज नॉट एन ऑफिशियल रेस. वो तो एक बैलों का रेस का कंपटीशन था, और बेल उसके पेसर थे. बट ही हैज बीन इन न्यूज, एंड जस्ट अ डे बिफोर मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हैज कॉल्ड हिम टू पटियाला, और मंडे को पटियाला में उनका ट्रायल होने वाला है. ये तो कंफर्म है, उन्होंने इंडिया का रिकॉर्ड तोड़ दिया है, और अगर हुसैन बोल्ट वाला रिकॉर्ड तोड़ा तो अ फार्मर, एक किसान वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बनाने वाला इंडिया का. व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू कन्वे इज, ऐसी स्थिति में वो हाई एंड फिजिकल ट्रेनिंग पॉसिबल नहीं है जो एक एलाइट एथलीट्स को मिलती है, लेकिन उसका मेंटल लेवल कितना स्ट्रांग है कि वो इस कंडीशन में भी इस लेवल की ट्रेनिंग कर पा रहा है. गिविंग अ अदर स्मॉल एग्जांपल, आई एम अ सेडेंटरी पर्सन. मैं बहुत ही एक लेजी टाइप का थेरेपिस्ट हूं. जस्ट 5 months बैक आई स्टार्टेड अ 10 किलोमीटर मैराथन इनिशिएटेड बाय फिजियो रनर्स क्लब डॉक्टर अविनाश सैनी एंड हिज टीम. और 4.5 महीने पहले हमने 10 किलोमीटर दौड़ा था, और वो मेंटल ट्रेनिंग जो मैंने पढ़ा और अपने आप पे अप्लाई करना शुरू किया, अभी 10 दिन पहले मैंने 42 किलोमीटर की फुल मैराथन कंप्लीट की. I'm just giving these 2 examples that a mental makeup is very much responsible along with physical training for achieving an elite performance. Here comes the departed soul, Kobe Bryant. अभी कुछ दिन पहले जिनको बास्केटबॉल का लेजेंड कहा जाता था, चले गए. उन्होंने एक किताब लिखी है, द माम्बा मेंटेलिटी. माम्बा मेंटेलिटी के सिर्फ 3 प्रिंसिपल्स हैं. यू हैव टू बी क्यूरियस, you have to be relentless, and you have to be fearless. Curious, उनकी सिंपल सी थ्योरी थी, the WAG theory, WAG, WAG. W means what? Asking for, achieving it, and getting it done. For example, कोबे ब्रायंट इतने एलाइट लेवल के बास्केटबॉल प्लेयर थे, तब भी वो हमेशा दूसरों की स्किल्स जो उनसे अच्छी होती थी देखते रहते थे, ढूंढते थे ऐसा कोई पर्सन जो उनको वो स्किल सिखा सके, और फिर उसकी कोचिंग करते थे. सो व्हाट? आस्किंग एंड गेटिंग, दैट इज अ वेग थ्योरी. द रिलेंटलेस कंसेप्ट इज, ही कीप ऑन सेइंग, इफ यू फाइंड मी इन अ जंगल विथ अ लायन, डोंट वरी अबाउट मी. सोचना उस शेर का क्या हो रहा होगा. व्हाट ही ट्राइज टू से इज, इन एनी नेगेटिव सिचुएशन, I am not at loss. I'll try to give my 100%. Just think about the opponent. I'll always be at the top. This was his thinking. And third one, fearless. Fearless का मतलब ये नहीं है कि डर, वो कहते हैं ना, डर के आगे जीत है. So your action will conquer your fear. This was his theory. And some, I think, 10 or 15 days back, he departed from this earth, giving this book, The Mamba Mentality. Mental toughness, in a nutshell, physical training is responsible for the utmost performance, but it is the mental training which is 90% responsible for the best outcome of any athlete. Just imagine, क्रिकेट का वर्ल्ड कप होता है, हर टीम में जो 11 प्लेयर्स होते हैं वो उस कंट्री के बेस्ट प्लेयर्स होते हैं, और बेस्ट कंट्रीज का ही वर्ल्ड कप होता है. हम ये कभी नहीं कह सकते कि द बेस्ट प्लेयर विल विन, ऑलवेज द बेस्ट टीम विंस. और टीम अप्रोच कब आती है? जब मेंटली सबका यूनियन हो, बिकॉज एवरीबडी इज गुड इन हिज स्किल. क्रिकेटर बहुत अच्छा क्रिकेट खेल रहा है तभी वो नेशनल टीम में सेलेक्ट हुआ है, लेकिन वो मेंटल टफनेस है कि उस टाइम पे उन्होंने वो परफॉर्मेंस दी जो सचिन तेंदुलकर भी कभी कभी रिग्रेट करते थे. आई एम वेरी गुड इन माई पर्सनल रिकॉर्ड्स, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू क्रूशियल मैचेस आई डोंट नो व्हाई माई मेंटल ब्रेकडाउन फेल्स एंड आई अंडर परफॉर्म. और बहुत से लोग ऐसे हैं जो जब क्रूशियल मैचेस होते हैं वहां पे आउट परफॉर्म कर जाते हैं. धोनी इज वन ऑफ देम. पर्सनल रिकॉर्ड्स बहुत अच्छे नहीं हैं, लेकिन जब मेंटल स्टेटस की क्रूशियल मैचेस में बात आती है, ही कीप्स हिज नर्व्स ऑन. प्रॉब्लम कहां आती है? हम खुद भी नोटिस कर सकते हैं. नॉर्मली शायद मैं कैरम खेल रहा हूं तो मैं बहुत अच्छे से गोटियां निकाल सकता हूं, बट व्हेन आई एम प्लेइंग अ मैच समटाइम्स माय फिंगर्स स्टार्ट शिवरिंग. होता है. नॉर्मली मैं थोड़ी बहुत पढ़ाई करके पास हो जाता हूं, लेकिन व्हेन आई हैव टू परफॉर्म ड्यूरिंग अ प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम, जस्ट बिफोर द प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम स्टमक अपसेट हो जाएगा. मेरे को बार बार इसकी इच्छा होगी, ठीक है, आना जाना हो जाएगा. व्हाट इज दिस? आई एम मेंटली नॉट दैट मच स्ट्रॉन्ग. एंड देयर आर पीपल, वो कहते हैं ना एक ही क्वेश्चन पढ़ के गया और जवाब देके आ गया और पास भी हो गया. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. देयर आर पीपल, दे नो हाउ टू फेस द सिचुएशंस, दे कीप देयर नर्व्स इंटैक्ट, एंड दैट इज व्हाट इट इज नीडेड. मेंटल टफनेस कब जरूरी होता है? जब चोकिंग से बचना हो. आपको सब कुछ आता है लेकिन आप वहां जाके परफॉर्म नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, दैट इज अ कंडीशन ऑफ चोकिंग. जब आप परफॉर्मेंस रेगुलरली नहीं कर पा रहे हैं तब जरूरत होती है. जब आपकी ट्रेनिंग बहुत अच्छी है लेकिन क्रूशियल टाइम पे नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, या फिर आपको बार बार इंजरीज हो रही है. ये सब ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं जो एक इलाइट लेवल के एथलीट्स को होती हैं, एंड इफ दे हैव दैट लेवल ऑफ मेंटल टफनेस, श्योरली दे विल आउटकम इट. जस्ट सी द पिक्चर. एवरी लर्नर इज वंस अ बिगिनर. उसको ये नहीं पता है कैमरे कैसे यूज करते हैं, लेकिन उसको ये तो पता चल गया है कैमरे का यूज क्या है. सो इफ ही हैज स्टार्टेड लर्निंग एनी हाउ, ही विल कम टू नो व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ विच इक्विपमेंट. एंड आवर ब्रेन, आवर बॉडी वर्क्स ऑन दिस कंसेप्ट ओनली, द हार्डवेयर सॉफ्टवेयर एनालॉजी. हमारा जो टैलेंट है वो नेचर्स गिफ्ट है, बट जो स्किल्स हम लर्न करते हैं, दो स्किल्स आर लर्न, जो हम अपडेट करते हैं अपने आप को. हार्डवेयर इज ह्यूमन बॉडी, लेकिन हार्डवेयर और सॉफ्टवेयर तब तक काम नहीं करते जब तक इलेक्ट्रिकल वायर लीड्स कनेक्टेड नहीं होती हैं, और मेंटल टफनेस वो लीड्स का काम करती है. A very few basic mental skills. I'll be just showing you a 2-minute video also after this, which will just illustrate how the mental skills work. सबसे पहली चीज visualization, or what we say is mental rehearsal. When upcoming an event, जब कोई इवेंट होने वाला है, just imagine in your mind कि ये इवेंट मैं कैसे परफॉर्म करूंगा और मैं कैसे पूरा करते हुए फिनिश लाइन पे पहुंचूंगा. For example, about running if I am talking, just imagine, that is called a mental rehearsal. वैसे भी हमारे यहाँ डांस कॉम्पिटिशन्स या स्कूल्स में भी कॉम्पिटिशन्स होते थे, कॉलेज में, we used to perform rehearsal a day before. So that in terms of sports psychology, it is called a concept of visualization or mental rehearsal. Second point, letting go. Letting go is, I am not best in my game, but I can be best from my previous level today. मैं बहुत अच्छा नहीं हूं इस गेम में, लेकिन जो मेरी प्रीवियस परफॉर्मेंस थी उससे मैं बेहतर कर सकता हूं. तो पुराने सारे नेगेटिव फीलिंग्स को छोड़ दें, लेटिंग गो. थर्ड वन, प्रैक्टिस फोकस. What all things are there on present, just focusing on that. Distractions को हटाना है और उसको आगे लेकर के जाना है. The fourth point, using positive self-talks, or in our कल्चर इन इंडिया वी यूज टू से रिसाइटिंग मंत्रास। आपने बहुत से लोगों को देखा होगा जब एग्जाम से पहले कुछ कुछ चलता रहता है उनके होठों पे। दिस इज पॉजिटिव अफर्मेशन, असर्टिव सेल्फ टॉक्स, रिसाइटिंग मंत्रास, दीज आर ऑल द थिंग्स। सर वीडियो चल जाएगा? एक्सक्यूज मी, वीडियो चल जाएगा? This is a short 2.5 minute clipping that will be telling about the mental concepts. Volume.
ये आपकी जिंदगी की आखिरी रेस साबित हो सकती है। दौड़ूंगा भी वैसे ही।
आवाज आ रही है क्या? Now just see this video. मेरे को मत देखिएगा। कहाँ पे स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजी के प्रिंसिपल्स, कहाँ पे मेंटल स्किल्स के प्रिंसिपल्स यूज हो रहे हैं। एंड यू कैन वेरी वेल थिंक ऑफ भाग मिल्खा भाग मूवी का ये वीडियो क्लिपिंग है, यानी कितने साल पुराने से स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजी की टेक्निक्स यूज में आ रही हैं। अभी जैसे ही रेस स्टार्ट होने वाली थी उसके जस्ट पहले पाकिस्तान टीम के कोच ने मिल्खा सिंह को ह्यूमिलेट किया, जिसको हम लोग स्लेजिंग बोलते हैं, जो ऑस्ट्रेलियंस यूजुअली इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम के साथ करते थे। The coach is motivating Milkha.
मिल्खा सिंह, ये आपकी जिंदगी की आखिरी रेस साबित हो सकती है। दौड़ूंगा भी वैसे ही।
And see his distraction, desensitization. He is distracting him and he is desensitizing it. Now just look at it. Both of them are practicing the positive self-talk, or they are worshipping their respective gods, or they are reciting the mantras. कुल मिला के अपने आप को चार्ज्ड अप करना।
सन्नाटा है, सबकी नजरें उसी रेस ट्रैक पर। कौन जीतेगा? हिंदुस्तान की उम्मीद मिल्खा सिंह या पाकिस्तान की शान, एशिया का तूफान कहे जाने वाले अब्दुल खालिक।
Now the opponent is just looking to the track and see what Milkha is doing. Milkha is looking into the track and he is thinking in mind how he is going to start the run, how he is going to be on the midway, and how he will accelerate and he will come to the finish line. This is what I was talking about, mental rehearsal and visualization. He is just focusing on the present. He is not coming up with his full pace because he is keeping his full pace for the last moment. Presently, Abdul Khalid, he is at number 1. He is gearing up Mr. Milkha Singh. He is just calculating that he is about to finish his 150 meters. He has to complete 400 meters. And this is the moment he has started the accelerating. He's practicing the focus, letting it go, coming on to the track, beating his counterpart. At the same time, he's just looking forward, distracting all the negative thoughts. He's overcoming counterfactual thinking. I will explain afterwards what is counterfactual thinking. कहीं भी ध्यान नहीं है. Nothing is getting into his head that I am coming to be the winner. He knows he is winner, but he is not getting into the head. He is running consistently. He has increased his speed more. Even if nobody is nearby, he is increasing his speed more. He is just concentrating. he is coming up, and this is how he is practicing the breathing technique, which we call as centering. He is practicing centering, and just the moment he is about to finish, look the way he is running. This is why he was called as the Flying Sikh that day. He is about to finish. He is going for the supreme authority, coming in the front, about to cross the line, and just look at this exhilarating moment of his career and India's victory. Mental rehearsal, letting it go, reciting mantras, focusing on the present, distraction desensitization and counterfactual thinking. साइकोलॉजी के 7 से 8 प्रिंसिपल्स यूज करके ये एशियन गेम्स में नंबर 1 थे, और इसके बाद ये फ्लाइंग सिख मिल्खा सिंह कहलाए. इनके लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां. I have been using this word counterfactual thinking. I will just explain in a brief. Audio तो नहीं चलता. Factual thinking. If we remember 2016 Olympics, we have 2 medals. PV Sindhu, bronze medal, or silver medal. Anybody? Silver medal. और एक जिम्नास्ट थी जिनको ब्रॉन्ज मेडल मिला था. पीवी सिंधु वाज सेकंड, दीपा वाज थर्ड. 2009 में एक रिसर्च हुई थी जो जापान और चाइना ने मिलकर की थी. यूजुअली ये दोनों देश कभी मिलकर कुछ नहीं करते, बट जापान एंड चाइना ने मिलकर के एक रिसर्च की थी. और उन्होंने क्या किया, द प्रोफेशनल लेवल ऑफ कॉम्पिटिशंस जितने भी हुए, उनके जो विनर्स थे फर्स्ट, सेकंड एंड थर्ड, उनके टैग्स हटा दिए फर्स्ट, सेकंड एंड थर्ड, और लोगों को उनके फोटोग्राफ्स दिखाए और बताया, उनसे पूछा कि आप बताओ कौन ज्यादा खुश लग रहा है. फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड का टैग हटा दिया था सबका. एंड टू आवर सरप्राइज, फर्स्ट वाले तो खुश थे ही, बट थर्ड वाले सेकंड वाले से ज्यादा खुश थे. एंड दिस वाज अगेन प्रूव्ड इन द पिक्चर्स टेकन आफ्टर 2016 Olympics of the respected PV Sindhu and the gymnast Sakshi. Sakshi was third, PV Sindhu was second. but जब स्टडी किया गया तो पता चला कि साक्षी थर्ड में बहुत ज्यादा खुश थी, पीवी सिंधु उतनी खुश नहीं थी. We can very well understand the reason. She came second because she lost gold. वो दुख था उसको. And she was happy being in third, क्योंकि अगर वो थर्ड भी हार जाती तो फोर्थ में कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला था. So this is counterfactual thinking. Counterfactual thinking, and in sports psychology this plays a vital role. You have to think beyond your achievements, and this was the turning point for PV Sindhu. After that she acclaimed many of the accomplishments. बहुत सारे इसीलिए जीती वो क्योंकि वो सेकंड का दुख था. चल सकता है? Because this is an international conference of sports and exercise medicine, I have just collected a glimpses of sports medicine specialists on the screen, and behind we'll be playing a respectable national anthem of India. So if you feel like, we can all stand on our place for 1 minute.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता. पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा, द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा,
शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे, जय हे, जय हे, जय 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 हे।
भारत माता की प्लीज बी सीटेड. In between 2 or 3 pictures came, you all have recognized Mr. Leander Pace. He served for about 3 decades for the country, and the person sitting with him was his father, his coach, and a sports medicine doctor, Dr. Wes Pace. And all the athletes were there with their sports dietitians, sports nutritionists, orthopedic surgeons, Dr. Anand Joshi sir, Dr. Padiwala, or with their sports physiotherapists. That is all the sports medicine team for all the elite athletes. At last, but not the least, my heartfelt thanks to whole organizing team of International Conference of Exercise and Sports Medicine team. Thank you very much. And because of these mental coping techniques, I was able to do my full marathon. So thank you, all of you. Thanks the chair. Thanks the
Thank you so much.
ये ऐसा डिस्कशन है जिसमें अपन पूरा दिन भी करें तो मतलब उसमें मज़ा ही आता रहता है. वेरी नाइस. एंड आई थिंक मेंटल रिहेबिलिटेशन और सब चीज़ें इट्स नॉट ओनली इन द स्पोर्ट, इन डेली लाइफ, डेली रूटीन, डेली इन योर बिजनेस, इन योर वर्कआउट, एनी स्टडीज. मेंटल बैकअप होना आपके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा जरूरी है. दैट इज मेंटल स्टेबिलिटी है. दैट इज वेरी नाइस प्रेजेंटेशन. एनी क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम ऑडियंस?
What do you feel about the effectiveness of imagery in sports? It can be contact sports. It can be any sort of
effectiveness of
imagery technique.
imagery techniques.
Imagery. What you would have you have shown regarding the Milkha, no?
Yes, sir.
So that technique only I just wanted to discuss how much authentic it is. It is a very much great part of imagination, sports imagination. We in a layman term we call it as. So how effective it is actually?
Sir, even I was studying these techniques since few years because I'm in sports field. A very basic example जिससे मुझे समझ में आया. We all participated in some school competitions during our school life. हो सकता है जैसे I was brought up in a boys school. There were no co-education in our school. जब annual function होता था तो हम में से ही कोई लड़का लड़की बनता था. ठीक है, किसी भी इवेंट के लिए. We used to do dancing. रिहर्सल नहीं हुआ और अगले दिन जो लड़का लड़की बना है ही इज इन दैट अटायर विथ अ लॉन्ग चोटी, ऑल आर्टिफिशियल, और जब डांस किया पैर उलझ गया, गिर गया, बिकॉज ही वॉज नॉट अकस्टम्ड टू दीज टाइप ऑफ ड्रेसेस एंड अटायर्स. ये तो रियलिटी का पार्ट है. नाउ कमिंग टू इमेजरी टेक्निक्स. व्हेन टॉकिंग अबाउट स्पोर्ट्स रिहर्सल टेक्निक्स, इट इज ऑलवेज 100% ट्रूथ दैट अ पर्सन इज प्रैक्टिसिंग समवेयर एंड द मेन इवेंट इज इन सम अदर सिटी और सम अदर कंट्री. That is why people go 2 or 3 weeks before the event to go adapt for acclimatization, what we say. ठीक है? Now when they practice rehearsal techniques, or nowadays the visual imagery, mental imagery, or what we say simulation techniques have come up, वो पूरा का पूरा वैसा environment create कर देते हैं. Like if he has to run in -4 degrees of temperature, he will be in a room with -4 degrees of temperature, with all the sledging behind him, जो सारे negative comments होते हैं, with all the photographs of the main competitors for him, and he'll just start after the gunshot how he's going on the track, how he'll overcome the sledging, and if somebody is coming and obstructing him, how he's going to react. He's just practicing it, ताकि उस दिन अगर ऐसा कुछ होता है तो उसके मन में एक जवाब पहले से तैयार था, ऐसी सिचुएशन मेरे सामने आए तो मैं उसको ओवरकम कैसे करूं. शायद हमारे स्कूल टाइम में हम पहले रिहर्सल कर लेते तो हम घाघरा चोली में घिरते नहीं, वही वाली बात होती थी. So this is a basic attribute, sir. Thank you.
Being a physio also, being a management personnel also, it is very much useful in our management field. It is actually absolutely corporate world में इसकी बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है, requirement है. We need someone जो इन चीज़ों को ज़्यादा prioritize करे मेरे यहाँ पे. So it's a really very good presentation. A big round of applause. Please come forward and felicitate sir.
Imaginary technique, what I came to know. You must have heard about the name of Michael Jordan, NBA, the fantastic player. And what about Tiger Woods, golf maestro? You might have heard about Rodolphe Barbados, New York Yankees, baseball player. उनका जो career था, it was absolutely based upon imaginary technique. जो last का, it was a match between NBA, Chicago Bulls. उनका match था आपस में, and the last 5 seconds were there. 5 seconds में the same scene you might have seen in a movie recently. छिछोरे जो picture आई थी उसमें 3-pointer डालना था लेकिन वो गया नहीं था उसमें. तो माइकल जॉर्डन ने 3-pointer ही दिया था उसमें. And he had imagined in the middle half that we are going to lose and they have taken a time out. और उसने imagine की थी वो चीज़. This is how I'm going to play the shot. उन्होंने mid of the field में 3-pointer दिया. It was a basket and they won actually. So ये बड़ी career की spontaneous things होती है जो imaginary कर करके हम लोग सीखते हैं. It was a very, very fascinating session, sir. We wish you all the best. As usual, you are a great personality.
Now our next keynote speaker is Ms. Shweta Gattani. She's a renowned dietitian and specializes in sports nutrition. So please, ma'am, please, you're most welcome on stage and for your presentation.
Good afternoon, everybody. A huge round of applause for all the extraordinary people here. So, why extraordinary? We all are either doctors here, sports professionals, physiotherapists, or someone we are doing something extra from the ordinary, which makes us extraordinary. But when it comes to sports person, by extraordinary, I mean we are either working for endurance, power or strength. We are continuously asking our bodies to do something extra. So we also have to feed in our body in extraordinary ways to achieve that extra mileage. All of us have heard a million times, we are what we eat, right? So it is very simple. It should be followed by one and all for good health. So now, why is it important to take care of nutrition on a training day? Keep in mind that food is fuel and athletes should not come to the ground without having had enough food to match the extra energy requirements of their sport. It affects your performance. Our body is just like a vehicle, as Sir just said right now. The right fuel can take you to places. It will help you achieve that extra mileage and help you achieve your targets very well. It will facilitate strength. It will help in muscle growth and thus will facilitate strength. The right kind of food will compensate for the increased breakdown of protein during intense training and aid in the repair and recovery of the muscles. Next is a nutrient-rich plan will help you recover and repair. So you will be saved from any kind of illness and it will also help you in long-term health goals. It will help you sleep better. Most of the repair, recovery work and also the human growth hormone works best when we sleep well. So do not compensate on your sleep on a regular basis. So I have some golden rules of nutrition which are very important on a training day. First is never train on an empty stomach, If you've had anything within the 2 hours prior to training, then it's fine. Otherwise, you can just grab a banana or an electrolyte drink or something that is light to your stomach and also will keep your blood sugar steady. For shorter workouts, which are within 1 hour, fruit would suffice. Whereas for workouts which are within 60 to 90 minutes, you can add an electrolyte drink with a fruit. For workouts which are more than that, 90 to 120 minutes, you can add little form of solids along with this. So a solid can be in the form of nuts, protein bars or seeds, boiled potato, etc. Second is don't miss your breakfast. This seems to set the tune for how the body is going to utilize nutrients for the rest of the day. Blood sugar should rise and be more stable with a protein and carb combo. For more sustained energy, you should surely add in some healthy fats. You will stay full for hours to come and energy for training will be more than expected. Next is the macro and micronutrients. In quest of success, everybody is always hunting for something, you know, something which will give them extra dose that they can perform well. But there is nothing better than a balanced diet. Balanced diet is the first and the foremost rule. And we have to include all the macronutrients and the micronutrients to make our plate balanced. I'll say about more on this in my later slide. Proper hydration. Training is a very thirsty work, right? It continuously you are sweating, you are losing fluid by sweating and also by the air which you breathe out. So the body loses fluid very quickly and it has to be replaced because it can affect otherwise it can affect your physical performance also and your health also. Never skip your recovery meal. If you are skipping your recovery nutrition, you are skipping out the ability to produce results from your training program. Figure out what protocol works best for you and implement that within the precious 30 to 45 minutes. If you are not at home, if you are training at some place, you can carry some liquid hydration with you, which is always easy and it is very easy for the stomach to digest also. And later when you reach home, you can have a well-balanced diet, which includes again your complex carbs, your protein and your healthy fats. Get a nutrient-dense snack before bed. Now this is very essential for sports people especially. By nutrient-dense, I mean some healthy fats like nuts, berries, proteins, foods that will not spike blood sugar but will keep it from dropping at night. We know blood sugar is rapidly depleted during sleep to sustain the body processes. Furthermore, if we restrict nutrients, what would the body be able to rebuild from during the night? Now macro and a meal plan. A meal plan has to be always customized as per you. It is very individualistic as per the gender, the environment, the goal, and also according to your training, the frequency, intensity, time and type. So meal plan has to be totally customized. Now getting on to macro and micronutrients. Most people who just come for training, who've just started training, always think that protein is the buzzword and carbohydrates, carbs से तो हमें डरना है, carbs तो बस मोटा करते हैं. Generally people who have started training and most of us fall into that segment. So please don't be scared, protein is very essential, but carbs is the primary fuel of the body. 50 to 60% of our diet, our energy requirement should come from carbs. It's also very essential for our pre-exercise glycogen stores to be high, so that it improves endurance and delays exhaustion. Preloading, we must stick to complex carbs such as starch and fiber, which takes time to break. And during and post, you can also have complex, as it is one time that will supply energy for the working muscle and assist in the breakdown of fats for fuel. To avoid upset stomach or any kind of GI distress, you must eat carbohydrate prior to your training. Adding small amounts of protein to your carbs can aid in regulating energy levels by slowing down carbohydrate absorption, delivering the carbohydrates to the working muscle at a very consistent rate over time. Pay attention to also, it's very important to pay attention to any kind of salty cravings, especially it's more during summers. If competing in hot, humid climates, make sure to replace your electrolyte losses with salty snack foods. Now protein. Protein is very essential, as we all know, the basic structure of our body. It is also essential for the makeup for our hormones, the enzymes, antibodies, neurotransmitters, literally for most of the things in our body. Out of the 20 amino acids, 9 are essential. They're essential because our body can't produce them. We have to take it from the diet. The 3 essential amino acid, branched chain amino acid, BCAAs. Mostly people, and especially people who are working out at gyms and here and there, think that BCAAs are, they have to be taken as supplements and they give you energy shots. The reason is BCAAs are prime for muscle development, since they can be taken directly into the muscle tissue without being needed to be metabolized by the liver first. Everything needs a direction by the liver, but BCAAs directly go into your muscle. So these are the 3 amino acids which are leucine, isoleucine and valine. And believe me, we have lot of natural food which is rich in BCAAs. Now the average person's protein intake has to be 0.75 as per the body weight, per kg of the body weight. But for sports person it varies anywhere between 1 to 1.7. So you need to analyze it as per your training. Fats are very essential. They are energy nutrient dense fuel source. But we should always read labels well, and we should avoid any kind of trans fat, hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oils. This goes for everybody. Fat should make up not more than 20% of your calorie intake. We have to put greater emphasis on good fats like omega-3, because omega-3 will enhance the oxygen delivery to cell, and therefore it will improve your performance surely. Now the micronutrients. Micronutrients are small, but they are very essential. They are like the nuts and bolts to your macronutrients. So coming directly for sports person, most essential is vitamins B, C, D and E. So B is essential for all energy production, building muscles, forming the oxygen carrying RBCs. C is a part of your collagen and it is a very potent antioxidant. D is necessary for the absorption of calcium and thus it helps to build strong bones. E is another very important antioxidant and it prevents against muscle breakdown while exercising. In minerals, calcium, phosphorus, iron, zinc are what all the athlete needs the most, and in electrolytes, sodium, potassium and magnesium. Now next is very important. Everybody maintains training logs, but along with the training logs, it is very essential to maintain your food log as well. Your pre, during and post exercise, what you're eating is also very important. By tracking this, that how your performance is affecting by what you eat, you can plan very well for the main event. Now, if you implement sports nutrition in such a way that it's of high priority, just like your training, you will create efficiencies and gains that you've never seen before. Thank you so much.
Any question from audience?
Your take on magnesium during muscle recovery and muscle test?
Yeah, it is very, very important for the absorption of calcium also. And there are a lot of deficiencies which can happen because of magnesium, and which is identified at a very later stage. So magnesium, we should take care of magnesium, and it can be taken from food also, and also artificially, like there are Epsom salt which are available. So it is very essential if you're having leg pain or you're not understanding a lot of causes. You get this salt, and which we tell all athletes or anybody who is having leg pain or continuous pains, that they can put it in water and they can dip their feet, and magnesium absorption can happen from that also.
What should be the frequency of exposure?
Of magnesium? It depends. It depends. If everything is going fine, then we don't have to check the frequency. Otherwise, it always depends on the person, what he is facing, what are the problems regarding it. So it depends on that.
Like say during training phase, is it a mandate that the athlete has to be exposed out with so-called on?
No, it's not mandate. It's not mandate. If he's having a nutrient-dense milk and everything is taken care of, it's not mandate. Otherwise, we have to see the extra requirement or what kind of training he's doing. It's 60 to 90 minutes or it's above that or above. So the extra supplements always depend on the higher your intensity, you will require more supplements. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kumar and Dr. Chirag Verma, respected topics will be sports taping technique and cupping therapy, and the session will be divided between 10 to 1 and 2 to 6 p.m. Alright? Okay, let's have a clap for her. Thank you so much. Okay, so our next speaker is Ms. Shivangi Sarda. She is a fitness trial founder and head trainer. Ma'am, you're most welcome on stage, please, for the presentation. A big clap for her.
I started playing basketball at a very young age. I was 5 years old when my parents encouraged me to take up sports activities. Ever since I've continued my journey as an athlete, I played basketball and cricket at national level, school level and college level. 3 years back, I shifted to Australia for my masters. I did my MBA there and I was blown away to see the change in fitness. Before going to Australia, I was just working out here every day and my image of being fit was just thin. So if you're thin and lean, that means you're fit. There I saw people took up fitness as a lifestyle and not something they would do for an hour or two. I got introduced to endurance sports and I started participating in obstacle races. I've done a few half marathons and last year I did my first half Ironman in China. Dr. Sadhna was here before, she's done the same event. It's a 1.9 kilometers swim, 90 kilometers bike ride and 21 kilometers run back to back. We were talking about visualization before this and I'd like to share an experience. There is a practice run before the event. So I've never done swimming in an open lake. I used to swim in the swimming pool. And so the first practice swim I went in, after 100 meters I had to stop because I had a very big panic attack. Because you think about there are going to be fishes and I don't know what all inside the lake. It's an open lake. I came back home after the practice swim and I was like, this is not happening. There is no way I can do the event tomorrow because I could not even swim for 100 meters. Luckily enough, when I was practicing, I was training, I would always think about finishing and taking that medal because I trained for 6 months for this. On the event day, I don't know what went inside me. I just finished the swim in 60 minutes. So before starting about the topic, I'd like to share that how most of us are following these trends. So before going to Australia, I would have like a cup of coffee because there is a myth that if you drink an espresso, you're going to burn more fat. You must have heard about a thing called fasted cardio. That is, you are sleeping, you wake up and you don't eat anything before your workout, you go for your workout. There is another very popular thing where people ask you to wear sweatshirts and you do your cardio because you think that you're sweating more means that you're burning more fat, hence you're losing more weight. I don't know why I followed it, but it was not the best idea. Some takeaways from my journey are that weight loss is not the priority. Losing weight or losing fat is not something that we should look at. There are other aspects of being healthy and fit, that is your cardio health, your emotional health, your mental health and your social health. There is a very important thing that we should do is do research. We always go on Google and we'll type what is the best diet to follow and there is a list of keto, paleo, but it's not for us. There is no general formula that works all and it's a lifestyle. Fitness is a lifestyle and not something that you do for an hour or two and then forget about the whole day. So I train a lot of athletes, I train a lot of women and kids. They come to me in the morning, they'll do an hour session and then go back and just forget about it. They are sitting at their desk, they are eating pizzas, burgers and whatnot. So there is no point of pushing through for that hour in the morning. So when I talk about fitness and health, this is what comes in our mind, our image mostly. It's going to be one muscular person or somebody who's very lean or thin, or we are on a diet. Everybody I meet today is on a diet. Eating salads for dinner. Then there are all these ways that how you can lose weight in like 7 days. I meet so many people every day and they're like, listen, we are coming to you. but you want to lose 6 kgs in a month. And I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not the right way to go about it. And then all we talk about is protein shakes. And now the current trend of running marathons. So when we talk about fitness and health, this is probably the image in our head. So I'd like to talk a bit about our lifestyle. So our lifestyle has changed completely in the last 20, 30 years. Instead of walking, we have our cars, we take Uber, and nowadays it's about ordering food in. We don't even think of cooking, we'll just order something at home. And now thanks to Alexa, we don't even have to move to turn off the lights. You can just call Alexa, please turn off the lights, and you can just sit and relax. Because of our current fitness and our lifestyle, there is an increase in the lifestyle diseases. We talk about PCOD, there are a few types of cancer, diabetes. 70% of the urban population in India, they are suffering through either obesity or they're in the overweight category. And it's not just us, it's the kids as well who are going through this. Because of digital world, they're always on their phone, there's lack of activity. Most of us are falling in this category, which is not good. So the question when you think of starting a fitness journey shouldn't be that I want to lose XYZ number of or kgs of weight. It should be, am I healthy? Do you have energy? By end of the day, are you energetic? Or how's your cardio health? Do you have a strong immune system or you fall sick every day? Are you sleeping well? So these are the questions we should promote rather than promoting fast ways to lose weight or gain muscle or bulk up in a gym. I promote a holistic approach to fitness, and this has changed after I did my Ironman as well. So when I was training for my Ironman, I trained for the event for 6 months. And there were times I had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock, go back to sleep at 11 o'clock because I was training others as well. Especially on the weekends, it would actually affect my mental health because my friends would call me at 4 o'clock. They were going home after a party and I would wake up for my event practice. So I would think to myself that what am I doing with my life at the age of 26? Should I be just enjoying or should I be focusing on my event? So sometimes, especially athletes and even general population, we go through this where we are following a very hard routine or a diet that affects our mental health as well. It's about, if you're fit, it's not just about how you're looking, but about how you're feeling, how your body is. Are you happy when you're going out and meeting your friends? So mental health is a very big factor which a lot of athletes also suffer from because there is so much pressure that you have to compete, you have to perform, and in the end it affects their performance. So I'll keep it short and I'll tell you a few things which I follow and all my clients they follow. It's the steps for the day. So WHO recommends that we do 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day, and I'm sure most of us fail to do that because of our current lifestyle. We stick to around 3,000, 4,000 steps a day. We are in front of our screens all the time. So if we can add this activity in our life where we are doing around 8,000 steps a day, we'll see a big change in our life. Easy way is to walk for 10 to 15 minutes post your meal. That's the easiest way. And what I do is I use my friend. So if I have to walk, I'll give a call to my friend, walk when you talk, which is the best thing. You don't have to follow a very crazy workout routine where you're going to the gym and coming out crawling because it's a high intensity class. You can just go for a walk or you can do a 30-minute exercise at home these days. Easiest thing is to take stairs. Even if it's a second floor, I see most of the people taking the elevator and I don't understand why. Why can't we just walk up the stairs? Talking from the athlete point of view, there are these lot of fads that, there's a low carb, high protein bar available in the market. And I would do the same because protein is very important. I would go and pick that bar and forget about reading the nutritional value and other things in that bar. So it's very important that you know what you're eating. And of course, good sleep, stay active, and hydration is another key to be successful. Thank you very much, and I strongly believe that body achieves what the mind believes, and visualization again is another very big subject. Thank you.
Any question from audience side?
Yes, please.
Thank you, ma'am.
For weight loss, how much that sleep cycle is beneficial?
Sorry again, please.
For weight loss, when people are taking slim shakes,
yes.
How much it is
Fat
beneficial?
burners or slim shake? Okay. So yeah, there's a lot about these supplements called fat burners and this healthy weight loss shakes. I personally believe, and I may be wrong here, but these are not good for you because you will get to see the result. You will see that in a week or two you're losing a lot of weight, But what about, is that sustainable is the question. Will you be able to drink that shake for whole life? Because after 2 weeks, you're going to come back to your normal diet and then you'll see an extra weight. Plus, there are a lot of health implications of these shakes as well because we don't know what goes inside that. So I would suggest that you avoid that and rather stick to a healthy and balanced diet. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would request Dr. Radhika to please come forward and felicitate her. Thank you so much, both of you. With this, we have ended our keynote sessions. Yesterday we had a small quiz round, and we missed providing gift to some of our few delighted students. So today I would like to invite them on stage for the felicitation. First, I would like to invite on stage is Dr. Neha Agrawal. Please come on stage for your gift, Dr. Neha Agrawal. Dr. Neha, are you here on the auditorium? Alright, next is Dr. Ravi Parmar. Dr. Ravi Parmar, please come forward on stage, and I would request Dr. Rajiv Dugar to come forward and give him the gift. Next is Dr. Khushbu Mittal. Dr. Khushbu Mittal, please come forward on stage. Dr. Ravi Khatri, please come, sir, and award her with a gift. Dr. Purnima Agrawal. Dr. Purnima, please come on stage and take your gift. I request Dr. Ram to please come forward and give her the gift. Sorry, Dr. Rajkumar, I'm so sorry. Thank you all of you. So now we are beginning with the felicitation of judges of the poster and paper presentation. In order to felicitate them, I would again request Dr. Rajkumar to come forward on stage, please, sir. First, I would like to invite Dr. Janvi. Dr. Janvi to come on stage, please. Next, I would invite Dr. Radhika Bharat. Please come forward on stage. Clapping with conducive here. Thank you. Next, I would invite Dr. Bhupesh Goyal to come on stage. Dr. Purnima Agrawal. Dr. Purnima, please come on stage and take your gift. I request Dr. Ram to please come forward and give her the gift. Sorry, Dr. Rajkumar, I'm so sorry. Thank you all of you. So now we are beginning with the felicitation of judges of the poster and paper presentation. In order to felicitate them, I would again request Dr. Rajkumar to come forward on stage, please, sir. First, I would like to invite Dr. Janvi. Dr. Janvi to come on stage, please. Next, I would invite Dr. Radhika Bharat. Please come forward on stage. Clapping with conducive here. Thank you. Next, I would invite Dr. Bhupesh Goyal to come on stage. Dr. Vishal Bharadwaj. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Deepak Sharma. Dr. Deepak Sharma, please come forward and take the award. Thank you both of you. Now I would request Dr. Ravi Khatri to please come forward and felicitate the remaining. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Nitin Bhandari. Dr. Nitin Bhandari, please come forward on stage. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Amit Gupta. Dr. Amit Gupta, please come forward on stage. Dr. Harsh Rajdeep. Dr. Harsh Rajdeep, please come forward on stage. Clap for him. Please. It seems Dr. Neha Agrawal has come. Dr. Neha, please come forward. Alright, Dr. Bhupesh Goyal is here now, so I request Dr. Bhupesh Goyal to come forward on stage for the felicitation of judges of poster and paper presentation. Thank you. Dr. Vishal Bharadwaj, please come forward on stage. come forward on stage and felicitate our respected chairperson and moderator of the session.
Lights. Lights.